Welcome to You Can't Make It Up. I am your host, Chrissy Jackson. I'm a podcasting newbie. I've dreamed of hosting my own show for many years, so here I am, taking the leap. Thank you for taking it with me. Today is Tuesday, March 4th, 2025, and you're listening to episode number 5 of my podcast. I'm so grateful that you are here. A little about me. I'm menopausal, middle-aged mom. I love my family. I love Jesus. I love music. I love working out with Peloton. And I am coming to you from Houston, Texas. I want to travel the world and experience the beauty that God has created, and I hope this will be an avenue to take me there. What will you learn or gain listening to this podcast? You'll hear real stories you can't make up. My goal for the show is to share real life with my listeners, so I want to encourage you to never give up. Life is hard, but you can overcome any obstacle with perseverance, and we can all persevere. So I have made it 1 month, y'all. I have 4 episodes published, 3 audio, 1 video. Decided that video definitely needs a little more TLC. So this week we're going to do 1 more audio only. I do still have some content from my conversation with Aunt Jamie that I need to publish, and I plan to do some work on that this weekend. But for now, here is a little bit of my You Can't Make It Up story this week. We're talking about driving. My daughter just got her license, and so I'm going to share a story about getting my first car.
Happy Tuesday, March the 4th. Thank you for listening to You Can't Make It Up, episode number 5. And I have not decided yet if I will be doing a video this week or just audio. Recording this in my vehicle as I drive right now, trying to multitask. And I am on the road for work. So I thought it would be appropriate to talk about driving this week, as I have a new teenage driver in my household. And I'm trying to come to terms with that. So it's exciting, it's scary, it's all kinds of emotions. But I feel good about it. I think that our daughter is a good girl and makes good choices most of the time. So I think she'll be okay. But I was talking to my sister last week about her our experiences driving. And I thought back to when I got my first car. I remember I was so excited to go after school with my mom. We drove to Helene, and because that's where my grandfather had found me a car that was in my budget that I could afford. And so we drove up there after school, and I remember pulling up, but there it was, right there on the lot of the gas station that he once owned. I looked at it and I started crying. Like, it was bad. Felt terrible. And I think about it now, and it was very ungrateful of me, but I was a teenager, and I just, I think I had a different idea of what was going to happen, but it was very exciting nonetheless. I got to drive it home. I had my mom for 3 hours. And I remember when I was upset about it, my grandfather was so sweet. He was like, "But look at the stereo system." Had these like really big speakers in the back, so that was very exciting. But and it was a good speaker system. Uh, it was a good little car, starter car, and so that's what we decided to do for our daughter a little starter car. And after that, I eventually got more cars. And now I'm in this car, which I love. And I'm driving. And she didn't drive today, but yeah. So my sister was telling me when I told her that story, she's like, "You can't make it up." And I was like, "Nope, can't make it up. Can't make it up." But good times, learning to drive, remembering the first car purchase and reflecting on the choices that I made as a driver and the ones I would change. And I hope that my daughter doesn't make the mistakes that I made, but we all make mistakes. We're human. So I just pray for her safety and good skills on the road. Anyway, that's my story for this week.
Thank you for listening to You Can't Make It Up. Interested in sponsoring this podcast? Email us, you can't make it up, bcpmedia@gmail.com.
So that was me trying to multitask. I was listening to a podcast last week and realized we have so many tools available to us to like do all of this. So I have no excuse not to produce these episodes every week. So I used my handy dandy little podcast tool. And just for the record, I would like to state here that yes, I was driving, but I did not have my hands on my phone. I actually had it on a stand and was just speaking like I was talking on a phone call, talking to myself the whole time. So yeah, I have all these different tools and ways to multitask so I can bring you the best content of my podcast every single Tuesday. Thank you so much for listening. So, this show's still a work in progress, and every week you'll get a segment, the You Can't Make It Up story of the week, something in the media that has me shaking or scratching my head. That's my Can't Make It Up story of the week. And this isn't really like something that has me shaking or scratching my head as much as it's had me like locked in lately. This big bear camera with the eagles and the babies. And yeah, so Jackie and Shadow, these they're not babies, they're dad eagles, but they had two of their babies in their big bear valley nest this week, and actually one today and one yesterday. So I was really excited when I got home and I got to see that another baby was born. So yes, really neat. You do, like I was saying, have such great technology now, and if we use it correctly and use it for good, it can be very helpful to us. And this is not anything earth-shattering, but it's just a nice little thing to watch nature and be able to do that and see such a beautiful thing that God has created. So that's my You Can't Make It Up story of the week. If you have a suggestion for the segment of the podcast, please let me know. You can leave a comment for me in the comments of our episode here, or you can send us an email. You can't make it up, bcpmedia@gmail.com. Okay, and I forgot to mention, so if you want to watch, there's one more egg in that nest. It's friendsofbigbearvalley.org is where you can watch these eagles. It's really cool. It's something really neat to see. So I hope you enjoy it as much as I do. One more story, just since we're talking about animals, and you can find a treasure trove of these You Can't Make It Up stories on X or Twitter or whatever the heck it's called. And this is just very brief and probably only matters to the people of Houston, but a cow has escaped the rodeo today, running from the stadium in the city of Houston. A cow running towards Old Spanish Trail. So that was breaking news a few hours ago on one of our stations here in Houston. I just thought, yeah, no, you can't make that up, can you? And that is going to wrap it up for this week's episode. And I want to thank you for joining me. Make sure you subscribe to my show wherever you get your podcasts. You can leave a review and let me know what you think and share the podcast with your family and friends. I would love to start some sponsorships. So if you're willing to take a risk and support my show, leave me a comment with your contact information. You can find me in between episodes on social media. On Instagram, I'm your mom 6868. On X, my handle is CNF77, also known as Boring Christine, and that is the name I go by on the Peloton app. So if you follow me there, we can work out together. Thank you again for joining me, and you can't make it up. New episodes will be released every Tuesday. Next week, I might be bringing you back to a video podcast, so stay tuned. Thank you for listening, and we'll chat next week.
You Can't Make It Up is a production of BCP Multimedia. This podcast is produced and written by Chrissy Jackson. All rights are reserved.